Let's start this off with a big one. So you know that movie Inside Out? That one about your emotions having emotions, which brings up a lot of questions on its own that the movie doesn't have the balls to answer? Yeah, that one. A lot of people like this movie. In fact, a lot of people love this movie. It's gripping, it's emotional, and it's full of plot holes. Seriously, why not send the core memories through this tube? You are an absolute moron, and it's widely considered one of, if not the best, animated film of the last decade. So you like it too, right? No. Look, I can recognize when a film is objectively good. This film looks very nice, it's got a hard-hitting emotional message, etc. But this movie is boring. Most of the movie consists of a lot of walking around, talking, and a lot of fake happiness, and a lot, and I mean a lot, of crying. What is this, Steven Universe? Come on.
I don't get this cartoon, man.
My point is that it's just not very entertaining, I guess. Fine. It's objectively good. It's just my opinion that it's not a very fun movie to watch. You can just stop trying. There's no point in trying to defend this. Fine, let's just move on. So you guys know that I actually really like the first Despicable Me film. I already made a video about it a while ago. It's got the emotional core that Inside Out does, but it's also very fun to explore this world where the villains are the focus. So here's our pitch for Despicable Me 4. I know they probably already mapped out the story, but whatever. Just hear me out on this. Bring back Vector as the villain. And I mean the main villain. Okay, why in the fresh hell would you want to do that? He worked for the first movie, narratively. He's not some mastermind behind it all, it just doesn't work. Oh my... Do you honestly think that Illumination gives one fuck about the plots of these movies? This isn't Lord of the Rings, it's fucking Despicable Me. Everyone just accepts that we're here to make money and nothing else. You're absolutely correct, it would be the biggest mindfuck in the history of animated cinema. Just do it. All the kids will be pointing at the screen, collectively losing their minds over it. What, so just make him out to be some secret criminal mastermind? Yeah, like maybe instead of shrinking the moon, Vector tries to shrink the Earth so that he can destroy it. Like, that's insane, right? The stakes in this franchise have been lacking. We need to get back to the shrink ray stuff. You may not agree, or care, but I think it would be pretty cool. And no harm, no foul, right? Just do it. Everyone's talking about what if and what it means for the MCU. You may have heard the common opinion that Star Wars should have a what if. And yeah, that could really work. What if Anakin resisted the dark side? What if Jar Jar Binks was a Sith Lord? What if Rian Johnson didn't make a shit? So many possibilities. But I've been thinking, why stop there? You know what we also need? An Adventure Time what if series. Yeah, think about it. What if Marceline killed the Vampire King? What if Princess Bubblegum wore the Ice Crown? What if, I don't know, the Emissary from Beyond attached to the Demon Blood Sword instead of the Finn Sword? There are so many possibilities here, seriously. But do you know what other franchise this would work for? Get ready for this. Back to the Future. Okay, I know you're gonna doubt me on this, but hear me out. What if Doc got stuck in the Dark Ages? What if the Nazis discovered the buried DeLorean in Part 3? What if Marty played Darude Sandstorm at the Enchantment Under the Sea Dam? What if he did that? An IP like Back to the Future lends itself to a what-if series so well because you're already dealing with branched realities. I want to see this one especially, mostly just because I love Back to the Future so damn much. A future video, perhaps? Possibly. But for now, at least we have the original trilogy. So I don't think this is an unpopular opinion. You guys remember Bravest Warriors, right? That show on Cartoon Hangover that was good while it lasted? I'm not sure if anyone remembers. It's sort of faded into obscurity over the years. Well, I never forgot. I watched this series up through Season 4. Yeah, that's right, Season 4. They actually made a Season 4. Most people don't know that, because it's awful. It's just so awful. The animation got super cheap, and now you had to pay to watch. It's if crap built a house on crap. But at least the story is still good, right? Nope, it's horrible. We're on a roll here, people. That's 3 for 3. That's no good. Seriously, why would they think this was a good idea? Practically every episode in this season is basically unwatchable. That is why I think this season should be stricken from the series canon. No disrespect to the people who made it or anything, but it's just the worst. You want some real good Bravest Warriors content? You've got Mexican Touchdown, Lavarinth, Emotion Fjord, Season of the Worm. All these episodes are legendary. It's just so frustrating because the series was just starting to get really good and really serialized. But it's not enough to just remove Season 4 from canon. This IP is still really valuable. Debatable. The story is completely unfinished as I see it. Season 4 ended on a massive cliffhanger, by the way. My point is, the characters are great and there's a lot of potential. I think the series should continue, but in comic form. That way, you don't have to worry about Catbug's voice actor being too old for the role, or the new Chris voice actor that no one seems to like. You can go all out with your stories again. It would be perfect, because this is hot doo-doo. Oh, that looks cool. Where did you get that outfit? Well, thank you for asking. Candles made it for me for our Instagram. What Instagram? The one where we post full body drawings of our outfits, of course. Activate banner. What does that mean? I don't know. I will go follow this Instagram because I'm a cool potato. Who wrote this? Rainbow Reviews wrote this. Yeah, makes sense. It's time to play Name That Ruined Franchise. I'm not going to explain the rules because if they're not obvious, you are an absolute bloke who should solder off with a proper cup of shut the fuck up. First question. What beloved IP has been brought back to life and beaten down with tired CGI, flat characters, and no plans for a complete story? What is Star Wars? I'm sorry, that is incorrect. I mean, it's totally correct, but it's not what I'm looking for. What is TMNT? No, I'll give you a hint. Big Metal Orgy. What is Power Rangers? Transformers. Bingo. Let's flash back to the 80s when the Transformers cartoon had heart, characterization, and a kick-ass movie. It was awesome. At least, that's what I've heard from people who grew up with it. But the Michael Bay Transformers franchise, say it with me now, it's no good. Don't get me wrong, there are the fans who are still on board. They're out there, you just gotta sniff them out, because they're not easy to find. But I think most people would agree with the statement that they could have done better. Over the years, the movies in this franchise have gotten more and more cliche, sexualized, and just downright boring. Kudos for making Transformers boring. Didn't think that could happen. But there's one scene that proves Transformers isn't dead. The first few minutes of Bumblebee. This is beautiful. For the first time ever, I can say that I agree with the mega nerds who want everything to be comic accurate, or in this case, cartoon accurate. Just watch these short bits.
Ravage, eject.
So awesome! Why can't we have a whole movie like this? CGI. I'm sure making this wasn't cheap, you know. Yeah, I get that, but if we get nowhere, we don't take risks. I'm not even a huge Transformers fan, but I can genuinely say that I'd pay $50 to watch a movie that was all like this. They could even remake the old movie like this, and people would still pay out the ass just to hear that sweet, sweet transforming sound. Rise of the Beasts gives me hope. It seems like the creators are trying to inject some classic stuff into their newer films. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. So do I get the points? Oh, I'm so sorry. You failed to answer in the form of a question.